Hello everybody and welcome back, where I'm back from my little break and there's a whole lot of news to talk about. The UploadVR showcase has come and gone, and unfortunately I was not here to see it since I was on a little break. But aside from that, we got a bunch of other stuff we'll be going through today. But before we get into it, we're trying to get to 10k and we are so close now. We're about 30 subs away, which is absolutely crazy. And there's a special video sitting there for when we hit that milestone. So if you do want to subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. Anyway, let's jump in for the news roundup since I've been away. First of all, the FlattoVR studio finally got multiple dev kits, which is very good, and their first game will be shown at Gamescom. It's very quick that we got a first look so soon. I think Gamescom is around August, which is awesome to see that can be happening there. And it's good to see they have multiple PSVR2 dev kits, so they can have multiple projects with multiple devs on the go. We got confirmation from the Kayak VR devs Better Than Life that we are getting 2-player multiplayer for a multiplayer mode and a new environment coming hopefully sooner rather than later, but they are still in a little bit of the early stages, but they want to maintain transparency more than they have done in the past, so that's a very good sign. The devs behind the game Snow Scout are porting to PSVR2 and have included a couple of details in the latest Reddit post talking about some improvement for the port on PSVR2, such as increased grass density and lots of little details like that, which is awesome to see. Following up from this as well, the Compound devs have finally sent back their review build to Sony. Hopefully they review that and there are no issues. Apparently it's taken a while to get through QA for that game. We've been expecting it for a little while. It's no secret that QA can be a bit of a hassle for PSVR2 and PS5 games in general, so hopefully all is set in stone after this, and if the QA process goes through, we'll have a trailer and release date shortly after for Compound. That is the roguelite coming to PSVR2. A game that a lot of people have been envious of other platforms for is Arcade Paradise, where you get to essentially build your own arcade and play the games there, which is awesome. That is now announced for PSVR2, hopefully coming fairly soon. There was a lot of hype behind this one over on Quest and PCVR, I think, so it's awesome to see that getting ported to PSVR2, and we're getting all of these games coming over. Metal Hellsinger also got a demo and a kind of release date saying later this year, which is awesome to see. This is a game that I often get confused with Hellsweeper VR, but they are slightly different, and Metal Hellsinger has got a lot of good reviews on the flat screen, and hopefully the VR port is up to snuff, looks great and feels great to play. We also got a look at Already Dead VR at the UploadVR showcase. This is a horror game also coming to PSVR2 with some older generation inspired graphics. The visual style doesn't really speak to me, but hopefully there are a few spooks to be had here. Cold VR was also shown off. Now, we talked about this one a little while ago on the channel. It's essentially the antithesis of Super Hot. I think when you move, time stops or slows, and then when you don't move, time then continues as normal, creating some really interesting combat scenarios, and the visual style, as you can see, is very Super Hot inspired. And since we don't have that game on PSVR2 coming later this year, Cold VR will be the next best thing, so I'm really excited for that. Stilt also got an update that is out right now. This platformer got an update to add lobby interactions between players in the pre-game lobby, I'm assuming, and in easy mode, which is awesome to see accessibility wise. Haven't played Stilt myself, but it's got some great reviews and feedback from other players, so good to see them still updating it. Bulletstorm also got a horde mode in its latest update, which is awesome to see. The devs have put in the work making this game look great and feel great now, which I really appreciate. We revisited this game a little while ago, a couple of weeks back, and I actually really enjoyed my time with it now that it looks the part, so good to see a bit of replayability has been added to the game through this horde mode. So that's our news for PSVR2, but I also wanted to include a little bit at the end here just about a couple flat screen things, since my channel is PSVR2 oriented, but I do like to cover some flat screen stuff occasionally, and I thought it'd be fun to throw in a couple flat screen things that I'm excited about here. So first up, Space Marine 2 got a new trailer which looks awesome, set in the Warhammer 40k universe, which I'm a big fan of. I'm definitely going to be covering that one later this year. It looks so good. For all of you motor racing fans, F1 Manager 24 also got a Switch release announced, which is absolutely crazy. But I will be picking up and double dipping on PS5 and on Switch for that game later this year. And for games that are actually out at the moment, I loved playing through Still Wakes the Deep the other day, which we played actually in VR on the channel if you want to go check it out. But that's on Game Pass for free. You can play it there, or you can pick it up on PS5. It's a game set in an oil rig in Scotland with a bunch of eldritch stuff going on that I really enjoyed. And that also led me on to talking to one of our subscribers of the channel, Sean Lumley, who led me on to playing Everybody's Gone to the Rapture by the same studio, and I love that one too. So those are two games that, if you want any recommendations of what to play, go and pick them up because they're severely underrated and I absolutely love them. Anyway, those are the things I missed in the last week of PSVR2 and the VR space. Very cool to go over them and see how much progress has been made in just a week is what I've been away for, and all this has happened, which is awesome. And also a couple of flat screen screen things at the end there that I'm excited for in the future and I've been enjoying in the present. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members: Luke Bentley, Phil Irving, Zeet Merzer, Ace Gamer, Hippie Pickle, Jin007, A License to Chill, Sun, WTF, Piosco, and Fat Controllers. Thank you all for watching once again, and I hope to see you all in the next video.